What's up everybody and welcome back to the workshop. Now it is December 27th, so I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and got to spend lots of time with friends and family and just had an all-around blast. And let us not forget, Jesus is the reason for the season. Now in today's video, I will be working on a Go Mai Chef Knife. Now Go Mai is a Japanese term that translates to 5 layers. So we'll be doing a 5-layer chef knife with 1084 and 15 and 20. We'll have 3 layers of the 1084 and 2 layers of the 15 and 20. So without further ado, let's get after it. Now my first step will be to get this steel cut, cleaned, stacked, and welded together. With the billet now welded up together, we can go ahead and get the forge hot, throw it in there, heat it up, and turn all those different layers into one homogeneous piece. I think it'll turn out pretty cool, but let's warm up the garage a little by turning on the forge. Alrighty guys, so we have the chef knife rough shaped to profile. We have it cooling down in the forge right there. So once that is completely cooled down, we'll take it over to the grinder and get the rest of the profile shaped and ground and all that fun stuff. But we're gonna let it cool down in there and I'll see you when that's done. With the forge now completely cooled down, we have our billet here, and I went ahead and drew on the knife shape. It's going to be a Santoku style chef knife. So we can go ahead and hop over on our bandsaw, get these lines cut a little bit closer to profile, and then over to the belt grinder and get it ground to shape and make this thing look more like a knife. With the knife now rough ground and profiled, it feels pretty good in the hand, and I really like how the shape turned out. It's pretty neat, but we can go ahead and fire up the forge for our next step, which will be normalizing to get it ready for the heat treat process. Now, normalizing is important because it refines the grain structure in the steel. Gets it nice and even, so there's no cracks or any problems during the heat treat process. So, let's make this guy normal. With a fully normalized knife, it's time for the kiln. The knife has reached temperature and it's been holding for 15 minutes, so into the oil we go. So now that the kiln has cooled down, it is back in for our tempering cycles. Our chef knife has now been completely tempered, so it's not as hard and brittle as it was coming out of the heat treat. Now, some of you might notice that there are holes in it now, and there weren't holes in it when I heat treated it. And to you guys, I say, you are quite the observers. That was a silly mistake on my part, and it is quite embarrassing to say that it's happened more than I'd like to admit. But, you know, mistakes happen, and all you have to do is not panic, figure out a way to problem solve and fix said mistake. This one wasn't as big of a deal as some other mistakes could have been. It was a super simple fix. All I had to do was dunk a cloth in some ice cold water and then wrap it around the blade to keep it from getting too hot. And then I took 2 torches and brought that hardness down, which made it possible for me to drill the holes in the tang. Now, at the stage it's at, we can go ahead and do our final grinding, get everything cleaned up, and then we will grind in our bevels. The bevels have now been ground to 220. 220 is where we will start on our hand sanding journey. So let's go knock that out. Hand sanding is now done. And boy, what a fun process that was. But you can see I have the blade wrapped up to try and protect it from getting any nicks and dings while we work on our handle. Now for the handle material, I have some stabilized maple burl here. I went ahead and cut it into 2 little scales that we will be using to attach on there. I think it'll look really cool. But now we can drill our holes and get the scales fitted on to the knife. Alrighty, with the handle profiled and shaped up, we can go ahead and throw this bad boy in some acid and get it etched. Now, I took it to about 5,000 grit hand sanding, and you can really see that shine. That'll add a very nice chatoyance to the 15 and 20. When I etch it, it'll stay nice and bright. So we can go ahead and clean this bad boy off. Get all that grime and grease and anything else that will affect our etch. Get that nice and cleaned off of here, and then throw it into the acid for a nice 20-minute cycle. So it's been a full 20 minutes, so we can remove it from the acid. Whoa. That is kind of not at all what I expected. We'll spray it down with some Windex, neutralize that acid. Now we'll give it a quick wipe down. Now check that out. That is quite the pattern. Looks like I ground quite a bit of that outside layer of 1084, but I think that turned out really cool. So this is turning out a lot different than I had envisioned in my head. I didn't think that 15 and 20 layer was going to be that bold in comparison to that outside layer of 1084, but I think it looks really cool, and I'm kind of excited about it. So with it out of the acid now, we can go ahead and throw it in our instant coffee mixture. We're gonna throw that in there probably overnight. So I will see you guys in the morning when that's done. We now have our knife out of the coffee, and it did what it does best. And it really darkened that 1084 and just left that 15 and 20 beautifully shiny. It still has somewhat of a mirror polish to it, so I'm very excited about that. Now, what we have left to do is attach the handle and start working on that. So we're going to go ahead and get it epoxied up, let that cure for a little bit before we can jump into cleaning up and sanding the handle. here handle is completely stuck to the blade. The epoxy has cured for 24 hours. It is time to clean it up on the grinder. We're going to be sanding those pins down, cleaning up the profile, and just making it feel really good in your hand. Very comfortable for lots of kitchen use. So, to the belt grinder we go. So we just threw on some linseed oil and beeswax on that. Gave it a nice finish. Hit it with the buffer real quick. You can see it's got a real nice shine to it. I really like the way this wood turns out and the way it looks. I think it'll add a very nice contrast with that super cool Go Mai pattern on the blade. But with that, we can go ahead and make a nice little protective sheath for this chef knife, and then we can go ahead and sharpen it, and that'll be a finished blade. So let's go do some leather work. done, I went ahead and put a wicked sharp edge on this bad boy. I'm very excited about it. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, this is a done knife, and I can't wait to give it to my client. I think they're gonna be super excited. But with all that, it takes us to the end of this video. This will be the first video of 2026. I wanna say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you had a great New Year and have a great 2026. Lots of things coming this year. I'm very excited about it, and I hope you guys are as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you'd like. If you don't, that's fine. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.